What's up everyone, I'm Box and I want to show you a really fun UU team I created. Now I want to apologize in advance about my speech because MSG is a hell of a thing and it's taking a toll on my brain. Alright, so let's get this shit over with. So I send out my mega camera wanting to get my spikes out, and he immediately switches into a Swampert to try and force me out or try and get rid of my mega. But I'm not letting that happen, so I switch out into my Cradle to set up some screens because this thing is super broken. I want to nullify some of that power. Um, so I sent out my Umbreon trying to get a confuse hack on him, but it ends up getting on his Drapion, and it turns out it didn't really work. But that's the kind of risk you take with a confuse ray. So I see right away he tries to get a toxic spike out. I know he's gonna go for a second round, so I want to get up my hair cross so I can get that poison damage because it is a guts ability. And I believe two toxic spikes become toxic instead of poison. So right now it's basically like burn damage to me, which is fine. And he sends out his Crobat because he's trying to make aggressive plays and get rid of me. So I say fuck that, and I go into my Umbreon. As you can see, he's bulky as hell, and he can take pretty much any hit that this one thing wants to get, at least 2 hits. And he ends up roosting, which is fine because I get off a wish. But it ends up going to waste because I send out my Cradle. I don't know why, but it's cool because I use him as Death Spotter anyway because he U-turns out, which it ended up working for me. So he sends out his Swampert and I send out my Heracross. This is really great because he knocked him the fuck out, which was awesome. So now he's going to send out his little Hedgehog and he's basically going to try and Poison Stomp me. Now it's okay, I'm actually letting him Poison Stomp me because I want to drain this thing of as much health by any means necessary, and because I have so much hazards on my team, I'm pretty limited, and I really didn't want to risk fucking up and letting him get a free sub up because I knew the switch was inevitable. And as you can see, I predicted that and I went off with a knockoff, predicting to actually get off a choice Scarf, but it was choice Specs, so I guess it didn't really matter, but it did enough damage so I could just come in with my Simplor and take him out with a Water Pulse because this dude is very fast, and I figured the Water Pulse was gonna at least take him out. Even with a critical hit, it didn't do shit to him, but I didn't want to I wanted to avoid missing the Focus Blast, so I went with the Water Pulse. It did enough damage anyway to take him out with a Flamethrower. Flamethrower was obviously going to take him off anyway, and he brings out his Crobat because that's all he really has left, and he did crazy damage, but I took him out with a Flamethrower and my guy dies. So I set up my Umbreon because I want to start setting up on this guy. Now I set off a Drowsy and a Confuse Ray because I wanted him to hurt himself, but he ended up just ignoring the Confuse, and he takes me out and he falls asleep, which is really great because I pretty much get a free hit this turn and I knock off his Eviolite. And next round he wakes up, but it's too late, it's a 2-hit KO. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.
New York? Ouais. Mais de quel New York tu parles? C'est ça la mode à New York? Tu te fous de ma gueule ou quoi? On dirait un punk. Rigole pas! Yeah!